What's up guys, it's L-Dog, and today you will be watching me play the Performance Eval Cup with Fetzys. I will leave Fetzys' socials down in the description, and make sure you watch until the end so you can see how we did. In game 1, we start by landing in the place where Booger lands. We both get guns, we see kids landing over there, and yeah. We then push over to the kids that we saw, and see what happens. We see them, and we start to shoot at them, and then somehow they both got shotguns from that tiny house, and we end up dying. In the next game, I land over here and think I'm unconned, but I end up hearing some kids, so I grab some guns, I break these so I can have some heals. Then I open up this chest here, but then a kid runs in, he grabs a gun, I get him down super low, and then he ends up killing me and getting the finish on me, and then I just wait for my duo to see if he can grab my reboot. He then sneaks up, and he saw them, so he decides to look down around over behind the hill, so he can, and then he waits in storm, and my reboot ends up expiring, so he's unable to reboot me, but he's able to get back into zone, but he has no white heals left at all. So he needs to find a medkit. He finds a medkit, and he pops it. Once he's done popping it, he uses his rocket ram to get back to zone, and then he tries to go over the cache, but he gets shot at. He eventually makes it over there, but he gets cracked, so he goes down, rocket rams back into storm, so that he can heal back up. Keeps getting shot at, but luckily he doesn't end up dying. Gets behind this tree, and he heals all the way up. It's onto his own builds. Then he gets into zone and boxes up over here. And yeah, he boxes up right on the edge of zone. Farms up some mats. He gets in his cone to watch, and I can't see because of. Then when zone pulls back in, pops out for heals and starts farming. He sprays over at those kids, and then rocket rams into zone. He finds a really good spot right on the edge of this hill. He takes a little fall damage from dropping down, but he's okay. And yeah. He watches in that cone, sees a refresh over this way, so he runs over to it. And he gets shot at, but he's able to make it back into his box. And he starts watching the cone again. When storm pulls again, he decides to rocket ram into zone. But then he gets shot at out of the sky with the guy with the MK. Now we're on to our next game. I land over here, and I'm able to loot up, but then I get jumped. And then a kid sneaks up behind me and finishes me, and gets the kill on me. Kills me in this corner, gets the finish. Then Fetzys is able to make it over to my reboot in time. He grabs it, runs over, he's able to grab the reboot, and then he reboots. Then I go down, and I go to loot up, and we find that slurp truck. I get shot at, but luckily they didn't get any shots on me. I grab some loot, and then we pop the slurp truck. Then we rocket ram to zone. After we finally make the zone. I start getting shot at, and I pop a mini, and Fetzys gives me a big pot, so I'm able to heal. I look in the cone. Try and get some shots on him, I wasn't able to. Fetzys drops me the big, I grab the big pot, heal up, grab those minis, and then we run over into zone. Go over this little hut, and we find these slurp barrels that we pop. Then I find some mats, and then we rocket ram back into zone. Drop down right about here. Then we rocket ram again, further into zone. And we hear kids over on our side, so we box up. And then we get shot from our backs. And we're sandwiched, so which isn't very good. And there's kids on the front of us and on the back of us. So we go into this other box and try spraying at them. I hit one for 60, but then we get sprayed back at. Then kids start rocket ramming onto us. And then Fetzys gets knocked. I try getting a shot on one of them. I crack one of them. I eventually end up going down. Now, on to the next game. We get looted up, and then after we loot up, I get Keymaster. And I decide to go back because I saw a exotic Maven over at the key slots, so I take my Rocket Man back. And I try and get the Maven. I do get the Maven. And then I go back over to Fetzys. Fetzys then gets shot at and gets really low, so I crouch over because I thought they were on that hill, but they were on the other hill. And I shoot at one of them, hit one for 76, hit the other for 90, and I box up and try and keep them distracted as Fetzys tries to get back over to me so he can heal. He does, and I see where both the kids are. I try and get some sprays. I don't hit any. That guy starts spraying at us. I hit him for 56. We're unable to get any kills on any of them. But since Fetzys was fishing down there, he doesn't have a shotgun. And I give him some... And I grab my shotgun augment. Then Fetzys goes down to grab his shotgun because he dropped it while he was fishing. And I stay up here trying to get some sprays on them. I don't get any hits on them. I'm able to keep him distracted while Fetzys goes down for his shotgun. I get hit once, and Fetzys grabs his shotgun. I'm looking to make sure none of them go after Fetzys, and then Fetzys comes back up with his shotgun. Then one of them starts ramping up to us, so I ramp back up. I hit him, and I crack him. And then I get hit for a lot, well 50, and then I go back, watch, and we try and spray that guy out, but unfortunately we're unable to. And then we just look around, try and get some kills, and try and get some tags on these kids. I'm up. Fetzys jumps down. And unfortunately gets knocked. I'm able to get in, kill the kid that killed him, grab his reboot, finish the kid. And I do not know where his teammate went, so I go over to reboot. I take my rocket ram after I jump down. Top splash, I sprint, and I take my rocket ram over that way, over to the reboot van. Then I get over to the reboot, I start rebooting, get him. Then go over, and we're rocketing back so we can get back his loot. And then we have to go get back in the zone, so we take our rocket rams back. So I'm running back, Fetzys gets the cash, and then eventually I'm able to get back in the zone, but I'm surrounded by kids, so I have to be careful. I take my mid-mist, we box up, Fetzys goes down in storm, and then I don't think I can reboot him, so I don't reboot him. I tell him to drop me all his heals. I pop the med mist, pop that, And then, since I have Storm Sickness, I don't want to die, so I Rocket Ram back in the zone. I might have been able to res him, but I wasn't sure, especially because I had Storm Sickness. So I decided not to res him. And then, I'm able to hit this kid, knock him out, and then I get Rocket Rammed over this way, and I pop a slurp. And then, I reload my shotgun. Watching the cone, so I can see what's going on. Come back up. I see that kid's blocked up. I think he's resing his teammate in there. So I go over, just think there's just one. Apparently he was able to get the res off, so I die. In our next game we decided to land somewhere else, which ended up good. We looted up, then the kid's shooting at us, and we try and get some tags on them. But we aren't able to get any kills, and I get hit for a good bit. Eventually, we go back up to the top of this mountain because we weren't able to get the kills on those kids. Go up to this mountain, and box up. Look in this cone, and then wait. And then the cache spawns, so we go over to cache. And then we see the other people going for a cache, so we decide just to stay back and try and get some tags on them. Fortunately, we aren't able to really hit them for much or kill them, so we just keep spraying. I get tagged for a bit, so I box up and then I go back up to the top. We see that they open the cache and we win the cones. Then we go up a little higher and we spray down at those kids again. Then Fetzys gets cracked. And we jump looking to see if we can see where they are. I go up, try and get some tags on them. I hit that one for 50. I hit the other one. Can't hit the other one. As Fetzys healing up with the heals from down there. I spray down at those kids again. He hit one for 75. He also hit me for 25, so we back off. They won't be surge in this game because it's not very stacked and we only have 78 points. I spray down at that kid who's gliding. I think he's the same kid. I am for 25. I'm not able to get the kill on him. Then we spray those kids, pop the slurp. Then we try and go down the hill so we can rotate the zone. I lag and take a little bit of fall damage, but it's not very much. We keep running and sliding down and popping some heals. Then we get shot at, so we build a little bit. Then we spray over at that kid. I am for a tiny bit. I give us another slurp. I get hit again, so I pop a slurp, but then I get sprayed, so I'm really low. I pop my slap slashes. And then I get jumped on. I'm insanely low. Try and box up so I don't die. Then I run over, try and get back to Fetzys so I can get some heals. Fortunately, I'm not able to get any heals off in time, so I end up going down. I drop in my mats as he holds the wall. And he backs off. I spray in, and then one of them sneaks up behind us. Next game, we're conned off spawn. So I open this, and then Fetzys able to get one of them. And then, yeah, we get both of them. And then I use my keys to open up that, so I have exotic slap slashes, which is one of the best heals in the game. And then we hear another kid over this way. I think he's a solo, so I push him. He runs up this way. I hit him once, and then he ends up dying. We finish him, and then we go back up to the tower we on last time because it's in zone again. And we get up there, and then when cash spawns, we go over to it. I miss my aim with my rocket ram, so I don't get as close as I could have. I'm able to go down, and we're able to get it gold, which is really good, so our loadouts will be stacked. I grab the shotgun and the slip juices and the mats, and then we go back up to our tower. Zone comes, we try and take the slipstream, but we aren't able to, and Fetzys takes a lot of damage. And then I go down too. I try not to take any fall damage, and I don't. Then we make bases back up this way, on the edge of storm. Looking at cones, and then I try and farm back my mats. And storm pulls, so we didn't even use those bases. Then we take this launch pad, we launch over this way. We decide to go over onto this little ridge here. And we box up once we land. I get hit once. And then we stay in this box here. I spray at that kid. I hit him for 72. Try and get some more tags, but I'm not able to. Stay down. I try and spray at those kids. I hit one for 37, but not much at all. Then as we're rotating, I get hit and I hit another kid. So we trade like 50 damage each. Go in here, pop a slap slash. I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have saved it for rotates, but I want to stay up and healthy. Then I get cracked. I'm down to 50 HP. Pop a slurp. Then I spray at one kid, Fetzys sprays at the other kid. And then yeah. And then we start rotating in. Fetzys gives us good rotates. Arm up a little bit. I cover the back. Then we continue going. We spray out that wall to see if there's anyone in there. There wasn't, so we just stay here. Spray some more, just to make sure there's no one in front of us. Then we continue to go. We don't tarp anymore, not to waste any mats. We get into a tarp again. I cover backs and sides. And I end up getting out of the thing, so I come out, I box up, get in another box, and we run over this refresh, so we can get some mats and everything. I eventually see a kid. I hit him for a little with my shotgun. I get up with Fetzys. Then we get sprayed from above whenever we were grabbing some mats. So I pop a slurp. After I box up, I pop that slurp. I hold the walls. Then, yeah, I back up to go with Fetzys. I take my rocket ram. We go over. We land down over there. We box up. I'm getting shot at, but it's not too big of a worry. We stay boxed up. Take those walls, make sure they're our own. We run ahead. I try and spray at these kids. I'm not able to get a shot. Kid sneaks up behind me and kills me. Fetzys is still alive. He's doing really well. He's able to box up. He's able to get into this box. And box up again. Then he goes back. Doesn't get a shot, but they leave. Then he runs over. I check the map. He tarps over. He's doing really well. Just keep clutching up the placement points. Boxes, he runs ahead. He gets shot at a little bit. Then he runs around this box, goes down, boxes up a little bit. He's tarping over. He's tarps ahead. Pops a slurp. Goes around. He sees that kid. He's not able to get a shot on them. But then he kills that Tony Stark who landed down there. And another kid landed. He kills that kid. And that's the final 2v2. He has a slurp going. And the other kid's rocking ramming down on him. They knock him back. Then he gets a second. But that's really good clutch by him. He did really well there. And he clutched up points. Then we landed our final game. I grab this SMG. Go up. Try and spray this kid. I'm not able to. I get sprayed for a lot. Grab this shotgun. I get sprayed again. Then we end up dying. It was a really good tournament though. We ended the tournament in 6,929th place with 153 points. We did really well comparing that we both had over 100 for paying because this isn't our home region. Fetzys really clutched up in the end with that second place. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, consider subscribing so you can see more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching. See ya.